Today we're trying to get this engine in there. Will it work? Hey! As I said, today we're going to install this GoldWing engine, which is already prepped, into that.
Down a lane in Germany, past the oil and chrome.
Let's see if it fits. First, I've measured to see if it fits.
Full of unknowns. He'll take an old world thing and turn it inside out with nobody.
Allowing for enough clearance on the sides, I need about 75 centimeters.
Figures it out. Hands in the grease, eyes on the seam, a little bit mad.
I don't have enough space for that, so to make it fit, I'll have to cut out the sides.
Never made here, he makes it ours. Opa's garage, Opa's garage. Boat by boat, he changes the law.
Lengthwise, the motor needs 55 centimeters.
A CX gets a V6, an XM gets more horses. Another car gets real wide, like an 80 sports car. The door opens up at dawn.
It might fit 55 centimeters, but the winch would have to go.
Something out of reach.
It's going to be a tight squeeze. I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Hands in the grease, eyes on.
Right, I've already cut out the openings for the cylinders. That works. Cylinders fit in there now.
Opa's garage, never made here, he makes it ours. Opa's
The steering linkage is still in the way though. That needs to move.
boat, he changed.
I've already detached the steering rod. It would run right over the cylinder. That works fine. I've already checked that. The steering still works well this way. Now I just need a connection between the steering rod and the steering gear.
He linked the gears, a mechanical maze. 25 shifts in a mechanical haze. Dropped the axle, squeezed it in tight. Swap 45 for a while to fight.
I'm moving the engine close to the ground so that if anything happens and it drops, there won't be any major damage.
Opa's garage, Opa's garage. Never made here, he makes it ours. Opa's garage, Opa's garage. Boat by boat, he changes the laws.
Just align it a bit.
No fancy showroom shine, just sparks on the wall. One bright idea at a time. He builds the impossible. Opa's garage, Opa's garage. Never made here, he makes it ours. Opa's garage, Opa's garage. Boat by boat, he changes the laws.
Let's see if I've got it positioned right.
Lane in Germany, past the oil and chrome. The sign
No, it needs to go a bit to the left.
says there's a yard full of unknowns. He'll take an old world thing and turn it inside out. What nobody made here before, he figures it out. Hands in the grease, eyes on the seam, a little bit mad, a little bit keen. Opa's garage, Opa's garage. Never made here, he makes it ours. Oprah's garage, boat by boat, he changes the laws. Changes the laws.
It fits now, but there's something in the way. I need to unscrew that first.
An XM gets more horses. Another car gets real wide, like an 80s sports car. The door opens up at dawn. The floor is black with dreams. If you want something out of reach, he knows what it means. Hands in the grease, eyes on the scene. A little bit mad, a little bit keen. Oprah's garage, Oprah's garage. Never made it, he makes it ours. Oprah's garage, Oprah's garage. Boat by boat, he changes the laws. His off-road car got a GoldWing heart, a flat four-post to tear it apart. He linked the gears, a mechanical maze, 25 shifts in the mechanical haze. Dropped the axles, squeezed it in tight, swapped 45 for a while to fight. Now 98 horses scream at the sky. Watch that monster go fly.
Here we go, lowering it slowly and constantly checking to make sure it really fits.
Just sparks on the wall, one bright idea at a time. He builds the impossible. Oprah's garage, Oprah's garage. Never made here, he makes it ours. Oprah's garage, Oprah's garage. Boat by boat, he changes the laws.
It shifted there. Something is in the way.
Down a lane in Germany, past the oil and chrome. A sign says Oprah's garage. There's a yard full of unknowns.
He'll take an old world thing and turn it inside out. What nobody made here before, he figures it out.
I need to bend something out of the way first. It won't work like this.
A little bit mad, a little bit keen. Oprah's garage, Oprah's garage.
And now the GoldWing engine's output shaft is catching on the SJ transmission.
Oprah's garage, Oprah's garage.
Boat by boat,
Changes the laws.
yeah, changes the laws. A CX gets a V6.
There are a few minor things in the way, but nothing serious.
Another car gets real wide, like an 80s sports car.
The door opens up at dawn. The floor is black with dreams. If you want something out of reach, he knows what it means. Hands in the grease, eyes on the scene. A little bit mad, a little bit keen.
Alright, come over and take a look. As I said, the cylinder fits right into the cutout, works at the transmission end too. The engine length is a pretty good fit. Looks good so far. On this side, fits well enough too. Ultimately, the engine isn't any wider than a frame, but I still need to make a cutout at the front for the oil filter. And at the back, the transmission, the bell housing is getting cut off anyway. Then it'll fit. I've made some more progress. The plate is gone now, so the oil filter fits properly. The exhaust manifolds will fit too, right there and there. I've tilted the steering gear forward. The steering shaft is going to run diagonally upwards later, roughly the way the tire iron is positioned right now. Let me show you from above. So, the steering shaft goes straight across at the top and is angled at the front. That should work.
A sign says Opa's garage. There's a yard full of unknowns.
The clutch linkage is coming off too.
An old world thing.
And once the bell housing is cut off, it will shift over far enough for the shafts to line up reasonably well. That should do the trick. I'm happy! Here's Marco's car. The engine has already been removed. It is sitting right there. The clutch is completely worn out. There's absolutely no tread left on that side. There is a new pressure plate. And here's the clutch disc. You can see the tread. It is clearly still there. The front axle has already been removed and the mounting plates have been cut off. The plan is to mount the axle below the leaf springs now, rather than above them. Unfortunately, I only have some photos left for today. This is the axle with the mounting plates welded on top instead of underneath. Here's the axle installed in the car, with coil springs added for extra support. And this is what it looks like from the side. We have significantly more height. Thanks for watching. Next week I'll be dropping the axle on mine too, because the engine needs the space. Then I'll move on to the engine mounts. And after that the transmission needs to be connected. So, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. See you then!